Barenbrack. Simply better endophytes.
Hello, with a big blocking high running the show this week for the weather. Tomorrow's weather kind of turns into a real mix between wet and windy for some, fine and dry for others. And you say, well, where am I? Have a look at things and you see a big swirl of low pressure coming in from the Tasman. Look at the size of the big behemoth of a high, good warm northerly flow. And you know what that did to temperatures there? Lots and lots of 20s around. Putting on some colours to give you an idea. The orange there, well into the 20s. 32 for Christchurch, some 10 degrees above where we should be. And you're seeing that thing there to the west saying, what about the rain? Well, we've got this big blocking high. I mean, you think, well, a blocking high, what is it? Putting on the steering winds, the pink arrows, see where this is going to go. It's going to go in one direction. It's a bit like having a brick wall in Cook Strait. It can't go that way because of the big high. So all that wet weather piles into the west coast. I know if you're sitting further north looking for some rain to the north and the east with a blocking high, it goes that way. You stay otherwise dry. Heavy falls to the west coast, scattered falls further east of the Alps, probably only a couple of millimetres, a few if you're lucky. Most of it further west. Front ends up to the north and the west by the end of the day. Strong gusty nor'wester, and that turns into a gusty sou'wester as well with a change. North Island, your day is early clouds, showers in the northeast flow there from Northland towards parts of Bay of Plenty. That's just isolated here and there. Going in through the rest of the week, Thursday, the front kind of dies, sits there with spells of rain on the west coast. Further north and east for much of the North Island, isolated showers. Into the end of the week's looking similar. And by the weekend, we might have another run with this system coming in with some late weekend rain into the west. But that blocking high is really putting a bit of a logjam in the weather. But for many, it's keeping it otherwise fine and dry, but staying dry in places too. This is the far north. Northeast flow gives us just isolated showers through the Kaitaia, right the way down to Whangarei. I think those are very hit and miss, maybe breezy at times for you. Auckland, a similar sort of thing. Like you saw today, it might just be the odd shower, not one of those all-day sort of things. Northeast flow as well, moderate, maybe fresh in places. Around the region, same sort of thing. The odd isolated shower. Warm, humid feel as well. Tracking down to the Bay of Plenty, Central Plateau. You'll start off with grey skies, maybe some drizzle here and there, brighten things up into the afternoon, pretty much like we did. You could see that odd spot of rain in Hamilton, 26 degrees. Don't expect much into the rain buckets though. It's really just bits and pieces around the region, 25, 26. That should be where you're finishing. Pretty similar for Tauranga as well. You may have a spot of drizzle, maybe a light rain just here and there. The rest of the day is brightening the skies through the day and otherwise okay. And around the region, same sort of thing. You're in the low to middle 20s. That is where you're finishing. And looking at things to the east of the North Island here, it's otherwise fine, but a scattered clouds comes in to finish the day. Warm as well, Masterton 28 degrees. Head our way further west, and for New Plymouth, you're looking fine. There may be the odd spot of rain, but I think in that northeast flow for you, it's otherwise dry, and all around the rest of the south and west of the North Island looking fine. Wellington, early cloud 21 for you. You're going to keep that northerly, but that should tend to sort of slowly ease itself back, and looking the same sort of thing as well around the region. Mid-20s for Lower Hutt, you're otherwise fine and dry. Different story for the South Island. Remember, on the side of that brick wall, that spells of wet weather for Nelson. End of the day, gusty winds too. Maybe by the end of the day, you get into Kaikoura, Westport. Of course, you've got a wet day, rain heavy at times. Christchurch will squeak out another 31 warm nor'wester day for you. The southwest change comes in probably after midnight, so Thursday will feel different in the 20s. Yeah, look at some of these temperatures. You're fine, you're dry, you're warm, but that nor'wester kicking it in. You know where the rain is. On the west coast, heavier times there. Greymouth, Hokitika, Ashburton, Timaru, 30-degree day for you with that warm nor'wester. Queenstown, it's a gusty one. Heads up for the strong winds, of course. Watch there for the winds. That's spots of rain too. All eases away as the southwest change comes in for the end of the day. And look at that around the region. Gusty one, hang on to your hats. Temperatures warm, southwest change for the end of the day, so it's certainly the wet weather to come through. There's your wet weather kicking in with the sou'wester. You'll know it in Invercargill, spells of rain easing back to some showers. And for Dunedin, it's more likely 26. You too get the southwest change with some showers into the afternoon. And looking pretty similar inland for Moskiel, it's 29 degrees. That's going to change as that cooler sou'wester kicks in. So it's one of those up and down sorts of days, but for some of Simon, we're sitting with a big fat blocking high, keeping it otherwise fine and dry.
All right, thank you very much for that, Dan. Now, look, seems we have some breaking news just before we go. 2 new community cases have just been confirmed from the Papatoetoe cluster. A teenager and an infant, both siblings. All right, we'll have more on that obviously as the evening unfolds and tomorrow, but right now it's time for 7 Sharp and a touching reunion, Jeremy.
Yes, Simon, when a child's toy was left behind at Hamilton Airport, we knew